series. I know we call this Daily Blitz, and I'm sorry that they have not been daily blitzed, meaning that I have not done consecutive 13 episodes of this series. We've had technical difficulties, we have had other things come up, but I just want to let you know that we will continue. Before we begin, I would like to put out a note that other people have requested that other games be streamed besides Madden, and I can fully understand that. However, obtaining these games does take funding and does take resources. So what I am asking for is if anybody would wish to please send a PayPal or Google Wallet donation. PayPal donations and Google Wallet donations will enable me to continue to test and stream games that are accessible to blind individuals on the Xbox console. Also, it will allow me to test and stream games that are not on the Xbox console that are accessible. So if you could, I'm requesting that you please send a funding amount, any amount will do, to the follower, that is TheFollower212@gmail.com for either PayPal or Google Wallet donations. You can also find me on Venmo, VEMNO, or VENMO, and that address is dgbowles@msn.com. That is dgbowles@msn.com. Without donations, the best that I will be able to do is to wait for a very long time, and I wish to bring you all the best content that I can provide when it is released. In order to do that, donations will be necessary. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's take a look at today's Daily Blitz. It is not the last Daily Blitz by far, but it is the last one that will be conducted for a while that has to do with franchise of any kind. And in this particular one, we are not going to go to the regular franchise mode. Instead, we are going to visit Face of the Franchise. We're going to load a franchise that has been worked on, and we're going to look at the legacy area and the stats. And while this may not impact gameplay, it will help you. It will help you in getting your player legacy built up, or even your owner or coaching legacy. And that is important because when you do finally decide to retire as an owner, a coach, or a player, particularly as a player, you will probably find yourself in the Hall of Fame if you play your legacy right. With all that being said, Andrew Luck's retirement shook everybody, and I do not blame Colts fans one bit for reacting the way that they did, which was to boo the daylights out of him. I don't blame them at all. Anyways, that has to do with legacy because he retired only after 9 years in the league. Most quarterbacks stay in around 15, close to 20 years now for some of the older QBs. So let's take a look at the legacy, your leaderboards and your legacy is the name of this. So let's take a look at what we've got here. I'm sitting on the Legends icon. This is for Ultimate Team.
Franchise.
We do not want franchise
Face
today.
of the franchise.
But this is the mode that we want. Face. We will do several daily blitzes on Face of the Franchise. Coziest Koala 306 will be assisting me with those. And we will also be doing daily blitzes on Ultimate Team and a special daily blitz that I feel will be beneficial to everybody once we have our information and once everything is in place. So there's no indication as to when that will be, but the content will not stop coming. Do not worry, do not fear. I will also be hosting the disclaimer that I mentioned at the beginning of this recording or broadcast, also at the end. So we are on Face of the Franchise right now. I'm going to press A.
Entering face of the franchise screen, undefined. Start a new career. Load career.
We're gonna load career because I do not. Let's see, what's this?
Dialogue. In progress. Syncing data for Madden NFL 20. Group. Cancel. Button.
It is
Progress at
syncing
44%.
data.
Progress at 66%. Progress at 83%. Cancel disabled. Cancel enabled. Progress at 35%.
Sorry for the technical delays.
Progress at 58%.
It is resyncing the Xbox data. I'm hoping
Progress
it's
at
going to
76%.
work.
Cancel disabled.
If it doesn't work, that's going to be very disheartening.
UB1 Daryl. UB1 Daryl Autosov.
Yes, this is the one that we want here. And we are loading.
Entering franchise hub screen, things to do.
Now remember, we did show a things to do, and yes, the music has gone quiet, so it'll just be me talking for a bit. We did do the role of a player, and that's what this franchise will ultimately be when you get to the point. But let's go over to
League News.
League News, and let's go to
Preseason schedule. News. Stats. Preseason stats.
Stats, I believe is where it is.
Entering stats screen. Player stats. Legacy leaderboard.
And we're going to go to the right one, and that's this Legacy leaderboard. This is where you'll find a bunch of different things.
Entering Legacy leaderboard screen. 136 rows, 3 columns, left filter, all right filter, QB name T. Brady.
Tom Brady is at the top of the Legacy. Let's see where my QB is.
Name B. Breeze. Name B. Roth. Name P. River. Name E. Manning.
Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning,
Name E. Rogers.
Aaron Rodgers,
Name M. Ryan.
Matt
Name
Ryan,
A. Wilson.
Russell Wilson,
Name J. Flacco.
Jay Flacco,
Name A. Luck.
Andrew Luck, who will no longer be in Madden releases unless he decides
Name
to come
D.
back.
Powell.
And here is Daryl Powell. He was a 4th round draft pick. We'll get to that. Well, let me give you. He was a 4th round draft pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in his first season. Led the Buccaneers to a Super Bowl. Only threw 1 interception. Well, his stats speak for himself.
Legacy score 3,848.
And that will change depending upon what legacy goals you accomplish and other things.
Name D. Powell. Legacy score 3,800. Name D. Powell.
Let's click on him.
View in-depth goals. Stats ampersand contracts. View in-depth goals. Entering my goals screen. Game day goals 60% completions XP reward 90 is selected. Legacy goals, you have 23 options. 4,000 season passing yards XP reward 682. A legacy score reward 100 is selected.
And it will read these.
5,000 season passing yards XP reward 682. A legacy score reward 50. 40 season passing TDS XP reward 682. A legacy score reward 100. 50 season passing TDS XP reward 682. A legacy score reward 100.
You get the idea here. So let's exit this screen. And this will take us back to
screen. 136 rows, 3 columns, left filter, all right filter, QB. AHB selected. QB select.
Let's go to the
T.
left
Brady.
filter.
Name D. Breeze. User selected. Active selected. Team selected. Half selected. All selected. User selected. Name D. Powell. Legacy score 3,848.
Okay, let's exit the legacy leaderboard. That's where he is
Legacy
currently.
goal screen. Legacy leaderboard. Player stats.
And let's go to player stats.
Entering screen 2 rows 17 columns left filter Buccaneers right filter passing undefined. Name and Fitzgerald. Name D. Powell. Position QB. Passing yard 0.
Okay, let's look. Let's see, can we switch this?
Brown selected. Buccaneers select. Passing yard 0. Punt return select. Kick return select. Punt passing select. Passing yard 0.
Well, right now it's a new season, and I'm not really sure how to get back to...
Passing yard 0.
Let's see.
Entering
This isn't what I
legacy
want.
goals screen. Player stats. Legacy leader. Team stats.
Team stats.
Awards.
Awards.
NFL records.
NFL records. Here we go.
Entering
Let's see.
NFL records screen. 10 rows, 5 columns.
Let's
left
see.
filter pass yards undefined.
How many things that D. Powell has broken already in his career. His very young career. He's only
Player
played
name
for
T.
one
Brady.
season. We don't really...
Pass TDS. Rushing yards. Rushing TD. Rushing. Pass. Defensive ends selected. Pass yard selected. Player name D. Breeze. Game. Player name. Season. Player name P. Manning. Player name D. Powell.
And Peyton Manning is below him, but listen to these stats.
Team Buccaneers.
Right bumper will scroll through the different categories.
Position QB.
And I'm just going right on this.
Year 2019.
This is for 2019, the season we just completed.
Stat 6,204.
6,204 passing yards.
Career.
For his career,
Player name Player name D. Breeze. Player name P. Manning. Player name B. Favor. Player name D. Marino. Player name E. Manning. Player name P. River. Player name B. Rothlet. Player name J. Elway. Player name M. Ryan. Game.
in a game, however,
Player name N. Van Brock. Player name D. Powell. Team Buccaneers. Position QB. Year 2019. Stat 641.
641, he broke
Season.
for the season.
Stat 5. Stat 6,204. Year 29. Position QB. Career.
And that's what you can scroll by, but let's see.
Pass TDS. Position QB.
Passing
Team
TDs.
save. Position QB.
Breeze currently has the overall for
Pass
that.
yard selected.
But Powell is in yardage in several
Position
categories.
QB.
He's ahead. So the higher your stats are, as you can see, the more you will be on the NFL records and stats area. There's one more
Entering
area I
stats
want to
screen.
look at.
NFL records. Awards. Team stats. Legacy leaderboard. Player stats. Legacy team stats.
Let's look at the team stats here.
Entering
See if
team
we can-
stats screen. 32 rows, 10 columns, left filter, NFL right filter, offense undefined.
Okay, we cannot see the past
Entering
year's
career screen. Team
stats, which sucks.
Awards.
At least, not that I can find
NFL
out.
records. Career stats.
Oh, career stats. Here we go. I missed this one. This is the one that you
Entering
want to look
screen,
at.
2 rows, 16 columns, left filter, Buccaneers, right filter, passing undefined.
Here we go.
Position QB.
This
Passing
is Daryl
yards
Powell.
6,204. Pass completions 338.
He had 338
Pass attempts 418.
out of 418 passes that entire year.
Passing TDS 75.
75 passing TDs, so he set the record in a season for that.
Passing interceptions 1.
Only one passing interception.
Pass completion percentage 80%.
80% for his career.
Average yards per game 387.8. Passer rating 157.3.
And that's for his career. A 157.3 passer rating. The perfect is 158 58.5 or 158.3. So he was only a point below.
Average yards per attempt 14.8. Longest pass 96.
That was a quick slant to Mike Evans.
Time sacked 14.
Only 14 times sacked last year, and he played 20 games. Let's see, he played 16 in the regular season, 2 in the playoffs, and 1 in the Super Bowl. And in all that time, he was sacked 14 times. That is, if you think about it, that is 2 less than the average NFL season.
Games played 16.
And he's played 16. It does not show his postseason.
Games played 0.
In his
Games
information.
played 16.
So we will keep it, but that is how you can keep track of your legacy. And again, how you will get here is you will go to
stats.
You will go to stats.
News. Stats.
And after you go to stats, you will go down.
Screen. Player stats. Legacy
or you will go
leader,
to the right.
Team stats. Awards.
All the way to awards, which we'll look at here in just a minute.
NFL records.
You'll go to NFL records.
Career stats.
And
Coach
you
stats.
will go to career stats. There's also coaching stats. But let's look at the awards really quick. Oh, there are no awards. It's because he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any for this season. But you can see your awards for the season that you were in. You can also look again, like we just looked at, your career stats. That's important. But that is your that is the legacy. That is the leaderboards and your legacy blitz. This is just a way to get information. The filters are the same. Navigating through categories is left and right bumper. I just read everything the way that you normally did with menu narration. A lot of good information there. Let me go ahead and exit this.
Yes. Entering face of the franchise screen, undefined. Entering main menu screen, face of the franchise.
Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Daily Blitz, and I really enjoy bringing this content to you. We have more content still to come. A request was put on the YouTube channel to do more games that are accessible. I would be more than happy to do more games that are accessible, and I'm actually looking into a couple of potential titles. When EA releases FIFA and the NBA Live 19 trials, those games will also be done, maybe not as a daily blitz, but they will be looked at as far as accessibility. Here's the problem, however. In order to continue to bring you more content throughout the year and more great games, those require funding. Currently, funding is hard to come by. So in order to get great games, I'm requesting that if you like the content that you are hearing and you want to see more great games, please consider donating. Donating will allow me to purchase more games and bring you more content. That is important to me. It is not the quantity of the content that matters to me. It is the quality of the content. I strive to bring the best content that I can. So with that being said, if you wish to donate, you can donate in the following ways. Through PayPal, that email address is thefollower212, that is the word the and the word follower, FOLLOWER together, the number 212 at gmail.com. That is also where you can send PayPal or Google Wallet donations. Google Wallet is another way of sending money to someone. You can also send a Venmo donation. Venmo donations. Venmo is accessible. It is for iOS and Android. It is an app that also lets you send money from one place to another. You can find me there just by looking up, just use Venmo and look up Daryl Bowles. I'll provide the Venmo username if anybody is interested in donating. Those who would like to donate via iMessage, please get in contact with me. That is another option that I will take. Also, any suggestions for game content? I'm looking at a game currently to see how accessible it will be. I'm also looking at the FIFA and NBA Live series. 2K is also a remote possibility at this point. And if anybody has any other suggestions for games or would like to donate, please do so. That will enable me to continue to produce great content like this. The next Daily Blitz will be Daily Blitz 14, and I hope to start on either Ultimate Team or Face of the Franchise. Those will be the next Daily Blitzes. Until next time, this is Vol for Life 8657, signing off.
Guide for Vol 4 Life 8. Communication tab, 6 of 8. Chats, button, 1 of 4. System tab, 8 of 8. App and broadcast and capture tab, 7 of 8. Overlay 1. Broadcast window. Stop broadcast.